All right, people, it's your boy Chig from Gooner Eagle Eye here with a very, very belated episode of Gooner Eagle Eye. I apologize for how late this is going out. Quite frankly, I had some technical issues that I even just experienced today for some weird reason that I've just managed to sort out. I'm actually joined today by someone. Some of you may already recognize him from the Gooner Talk if you watched it on Thursday. Introduce yourself to the people. Let the people know who you are, mate.
So I'm an well, you may know me as Bob from the Gooner Talk before I was exposed by DT.
Okay.
I just want to say that I regret going on that show and doing that, but at the end of the day, I did it for a laugh. So you can say what you want, whatever.
Are you still getting abused by the people? Is that what you're essentially saying?
Yeah, people are saying I'm the one who got murked by DT. Murked. That's what they're saying. And basically, my latest video, I had to disable the comments because there was just so many.
Yeah, but then you say that, I bet your followers went up too.
Yeah, I gained like 15 subscribers at least.
Oh, there you go then. That's something. That's something.
Yeah.
So, all right, moving on from those things. Did you watch the game today?
Yeah, I went to the game.
Oh, you went to the game? I wanted to get tickets to it.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I completely forgot the date it was on, so I just didn't get the tickets for it. But how was it? Was it good? I heard it was a sellout.
Yeah, it was a sellout. There were so many people there, but to be honest, it was quite boring.
Yeah, okay.
The only highlight of the game was Carney. When he came on, he changed everything. It was so good.
Oh, he looked brilliant. Like,
yeah, he's probably better. As loads of people were saying on Twitter, he's definitely better than Yaya Sanogo.
Damn right. I never been in squad before Sanogo. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
But he looked amazing. Yeah, hasn't lost it.
No, he hasn't.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I unfortunately didn't go to the game, but I watched it on TV, and yeah, it was really good, really enjoyable. For the simple reason that yes, it's not as fast as the games we're used to, but I enjoyed the game. Nevertheless, it was good to watch.
Yeah.
So onto the matter at hand, deadline day. Did you happen to catch the whole of it? Were you pathetic like me and took the day off? Although I did have the whole week off, but still.
First of all, I'm too young to work.
I'm too young to work. All right. The plot thickens with you. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I was basically just watching the whole day.
All right.
No, I didn't expect us to sign anyone anyway. So I thought our business was done. Perez and Mustafi. That was enough.
So what do you? So let's go into the signings that we have made then. So in terms of let's talk about Mustafi. What are you happy with that signing that we've made? Do you think it's?
Yeah, he's a world-class centre back. He's what we needed.
Okay. Yeah.
He's way better than Premier Saka, and alongside Koscielny, I think our back four is the best in the league now.
Have you had a chance to watch him? Don't be one of those ITK guys, like, you know.
No,
I know all about him.
I used to watch Spanish football actually, so yeah.
Okay. And what sort of attributes do you think he'll bring to the club?
Well, he reads the game very well, and obviously he's got a lot of pace, and he's experienced for a guy who's only 24. Please, he's like over 50 caps for Germany as well.
Okay. I mean, from what I said a lot of this on Wednesday, but for me, I just, for Wenger to spend that much money on a defender, he must be of a decent quality. 35 million is not a cheap amount of money. I don't care what club you're from. He must be decent. So I'm excited, and anything that potentially helps Ozil think, maybe I might stay, I'm all for. And supposedly he's really close to Ozil, so I'm happy with that. So what do you think about Holding so far, and as a signing? What do you think?
I think £2 million in today's market is a steal. I mean, so far he's looking really good.
He's a brilliant talent, isn't he? Yeah. I really like him.
To be honest, if we bought him for 50 million, everyone would be talking about him. But for the fact that I think Arsene Wenger said this, the fact that we bought him for 2 million, no one's talking about him.
So, I mean, without trying to bounce around here, given the fact that we've loaned Chambers out, would you put him ahead of Chambers yourself?
Yeah, I would. I think Chambers has been at the club for 2 years, and the fact that Wenger went with Holding against Leicester shows everything. That he probably thinks he doesn't rate Chambers, or
Yeah.
think that he hasn't developed enough.
Yeah, I feel sorry for Chambers, but at the same time, I guess his opportunity to impress was against Liverpool.
Yeah.
Um, and I think most people that I spoke to after that Liverpool game said that, for me, Chambers was the one that played the worst out of the two. That if anything, you would think it was him that was stepping up from championship level to this level.
Yeah.
So I'm not. I should probably, in hindsight, although I did predict that Chambers would start the Leicester game purely because he's supposedly more experienced. But I'm not. In a way, I can see why Wenger went the way he did with Holding. He's such a good player, I have to say. And like you say, for $2 million, that's a steal. What do you think about our main man, Xhaka?
I mean,
everyone seems to be in love with him.
Against Watford, you saw his class come out. I mean, look, he was spraying past his left hand centre, protecting the back four. I mean, I think he's the new Manuel Petit for Arsenal.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people make that comparison, and you can see why. He clearly is very comfortable on the ball. He's a leader, most importantly, and that's the one thing I do like about the signings we've made. Is we seem to be making signings of people who are potentially captains for Arsenal. Xhaka being one, Mustafi being another. These are potentially leaders on the pitch that I think we do need. Finally, what about Perez? What do you think about Perez?
Well, to be honest, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know too much about him, but he did get 17 goals in a team that finished 15th in La Liga. So he must be good.
Yeah.
And I
so
think
you don't show the same concern that most people seem to be.
No, because I think with Ozil behind him, and actually, to be honest, I don't think Perez is gonna play up front. I think he's gonna play on the right hand side. I think Giroud's gonna go. He's gonna play with Giroud up front, Alexis on the left, Ozil behind, and Perez on the right. Because he did say when he signed for Arsenal that I can play anywhere along the front line.
Yeah, true. So you're comfortable with him on that. So this is the thing I was going to go into, I suppose, next in terms of systems, because I know that one of Wenger's biggest criticisms, even from myself, is that there doesn't seem to be a plan B in terms of, right, okay, we're playing Southampton, for example, next week. Is it worth maybe going a 4-4-2? What do you reckon?
I think he's just going to keep with a 4-2-3-1.
Who would you say our starting lineup will be then, given that? Let's assume that Mustafi is still going to be okay next week.
So Mustafi's going to...
I've heard quotes that he's going to be fine. So let's just say everyone is fine. Who would be your 11 for next week?
Petr Cech, Bellerin, Monreal, Koscielny, Mustafi as a back five.
Mm-hmm.
And the midfield two, I would go back on Cazorla. I wouldn't bring Coquelin in. And then and then as a three, I would go with Ozil, Alexis, and Chamberlain. And I'll go with Giroud up front. I wouldn't stick Perez in his first game.
Yeah, see, I agree. I would ease him in. The spotlight is going to be on all of our new strike signings as it is. I would just hold Perez back and maybe give him 10, 15 minutes if we happen to be 1 or 2 up, and then give him a run out then and see what happens. And also, I think that should be what our plan generally is. I quite like the idea of Perez as a striker personally. I think you brought him in as a striker. You may as well play him as a striker. You've got a Walcott already who can play on the right and play up front.
Walcott's useless.
Yeah, I understand that, but he's in our team. What can you say? I know DT is very famous for calling him, Wally.
Yeah, DT's famous for a lot of things as well. A lot of things. Don't want to get into that now.
You DT, do you have this beef, man? What's going on?
No, wait. It was beef, but it's been sorted out now, so. Yeah.
All right. So yeah, I'm all for kind of alternating the strikers, starting Perez up front for some games, starting Giroud up front for other games, and just alternating between the two. So I'm happy to do that personally. But yeah, I mean, generally, how would you rate our transfer deadline day? I'm going to come on to a subject to do this in a minute, but all in all, generally, how would you rate our transfer deadline day?
Well, I would rate it 10. Well, I don't think we really needed anyone, so I don't think the deadline day. I wouldn't give it a low score because we didn't need anyone. I think we've done our business early. We got it done.
And as a whole, our transfer business as a whole,
I'll give it an 8 out of 10. We could have done with a world-class striker, someone more known, but I think I'll take what we got.
Yeah, ultimately, if you're not going to spend the money required for Lacazette, I think we've done the best we could have done. So fair enough. So I mean, given that, there's only one other hot topic that I would like to discuss, just because I'm curious. The fans seem to be generally split down the middle, and I've had opinions from people already where they're surprised that I take the stance that I do on Jack Wilshere. So I'm curious, what do you think about the Jack Wilshere loan? Do you agree with it? Do you have any issue with it? What do you reckon? What's your opinion?
I think he's going to struggle to get back into this Arsenal team when he comes back. It depends how the loan goes. This could either be a really good move for him, it could revive his career, or it could be a really bad move. And I think if he flops at Bournemouth, he probably won't get back into the Arsenal team.
Do you think a fit Jack Wilshere gets on this team? A fit Jack Wilshere?
That's a hard question.
That's why I asked it.
No, I don't think he does. No. I mean, I love him as a player because he's so passionate about Arsenal and he wears he's an Arsenal fan himself. So that's probably why most fans like him. But he's never fit. That's the thing.
That is, I mean, put it this way: would you see? Here's the thing. Despite my stance, here's the thing, because I actually agree with the loan. He's not playing, and when he does play, there's always this risk that he'll get injured. Let's see what he can do. Just have a run of games. And me and so many people got into a back and forth. So I actually spoke to one of the people on the Gooner Talk over Twitter, Tom Canyon, who I believe was on that show on Thursday.
Yeah, Tom Canton.
Yeah, Tom Canton. So me and him were tweeting back and forth. I didn't really intend for it to go back and forth as long as it did, but it did. And I completely agree with it. And he has the complete opposite stance, as do a lot of. And my view on it is that, the man isn't playing. He's had 108 appearances since 2012. Like, maybe it would be best for him to just go. And his opinion was, he's quality. We always get injuries and this, that, and the other. Yeah, all right. But there's one thing that we're blessed with is centre midfielders. I'd be more worried if it was a striker that you were talking about. Like if we had loaned an Akpom, then I would understand the point you're making. But we're well blessed. We're well stocked with central midfielders. Not to mention, we still have people like Zelalem in the mix. We still have makeshift midfielders that can come in if necessary. So I think after a while, we just kind of agree to disagree. And that's my opinion. Having said all of that, controversial, I'd still have him a fit Jack Wilshere ahead of Ramsey. I really would.
Wait, let me ask you a question. Yeah. If I'm Ramsey and Jack Wilshere, let's say they're both on their best days, who would you pick? I think Ramsey's. 100%. I'll say Ramsey's played better for Wales than he does for Arsenal.
Finally, somebody says it. Yes, that's what I think.
Apart from the 2013-14 season where he was just unbelievable.
Don't get me wrong. I think he's a good player. Yeah. I just don't particularly think he suits the Arsenal team.
Yeah, the thing is, for Wales, he plays as an attacking midfielder. And we've got Ozil in that position, yeah.
He plays as a number 8 for us, and he's not a number 8.
No, he's not.
The few times he does play in the centre. Otherwise, he usually plays on the right-hand side. The right-hand side, he can get away with it a little bit more, because I get why Wenger plays him there. Playing on the right.
I don't get it.
I get it. I get it. I get it more than I do that. When he plays Jack there, I don't get it.
No, I don't
Jack
get
is
when he
not
played.
the
He used to play Ozil on the left wing.
I also used to hate that only because Ozil for me is the best number 10 in the world.
Yeah, that was wasting his talent.
He ain't the best number 10 in the world, but I get why he plays Ramsey. He influences the game enough. So why not have him out the right, where almost playing that Freddie Ljungberg one, where, listen, I love Freddie. Whenever I used to watch Freddie matches, he was one of those players that I never understood how he scored goals because he never had blistering pace. He was never particularly skillful. But what he did have was a beautiful eye for goal.
So he's basically...
You know, and I don't care. I'll argue anyone with that. I will really argue with anyone on that. He didn't have an amazing attribute other than scoring goals. And I think that Ramsey playing on that right can do that job. And that's why he always plays well when he's out there.
Yeah, I think with the point you made about Freddie Ljungberg, he's quite similar to Frank Lampard.
Yeah,
he never had a lot of pace or skills, but he had an eye for goal.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So where we are now in terms of the team. Hopefully against Southampton will win. Kind of, I suppose my optimism has grown a little bit just because I think it's typical as Arsenal fans. We're never pleased. On the one hand, yes, we want business to be done early. But there was part of me on deadline day that was thinking, I wish we just make one more play for just one more signing. And when I kept hearing these stupid stories about us being linked with Sturridge, I thought, you know what? Now we've got Perez on board, I'll take a Sturridge as well. I'll take Sturridge. And in my head, I'm thinking, there ain't no way Liverpool is going to sell us Sturridge, realistically. I was really hoping it would come through. And apparently there were loads of rumours that reached out to Arsenal. Sturridge is an Arsenal fan. So I've heard before, to be fair. And there was a lot of rumours at the start of the summer that we were going to swap Walcott and Sturridge because Walcott is a Liverpool fan at heart, and Sturridge is an Arsenal fan at heart. And I would have loved that swap.
I would do that all day long.
That's what I'm saying. All day long, I'd have done that swap. So, but yeah, it was a dull transfer deadline day, but I guess none of the big teams made any moves, which goes to show you. In fact, if anything,
yeah, because they all done their business early.
They all done their business early. So I think that is the smart way of doing things. Wenger has least.
Apart from Chelsea St. David Luiz, 30 million, that's a joke.
I must admit, that was a massive surprise.
Yeah.
That came from nowhere. And they wrapped up quickly as well. I know Chelsea were looking for a defender all summer, but they don't have Champions League football. So I guess they reached out to. I mean, you have to remember, at one point they were Staffy as well. Yeah. So every defender that they reached out to, it was just like, no, I'm all right. No, I'm all right.
A French football journalist summed it up clearly. He said, Luiz is a worse player than he was before.
Well, I hope so, because I can't stand Chelsea, but I personally hope so. Make our life a lot easier, that's for damn sure. About thinking his last hand or something. I don't know what he does. But yeah. So what do you reckon? What's your optimism for the season, finally?
Well, at the start of every season, I say we're going to win the league, but then it never happens.
Yeah.
But this season, I think it's between us, Man United, and Man City.
Okay.
I don't think Chelsea are in the title race. I don't think their team's playing good enough at the moment. I think they're just. I don't know. This Chelsea team doesn't look like they're title challengers to me.
People, and I don't quite buy it. People are really putting this Man City team are looking unstoppable. Do you agree with that opinion?
No, I think without Aguero, they're basically the same team they were last year. Because in a Manchester derby, when they won't have Aguero, I think Man United are going to destroy them in that match.
I mean, Nolito played well last week. A glorified one man. I think you take an Aguero out of the team. I agree with you. I think that game, as much as it pains me to admit, I cannot stand that manager. I think Man United will win the league. I do. I genuinely think they will win the league because they're playing this well now and winning games, and they're not fully. They're looking gear at the moment.
The worst thing is they're going to win the league with Fellaini in centre midfield.
That's what I'm saying. they basically bought Mkhitaryan right now. Because they're not playing him.
No, they're not. They're playing Mata instead.
They see football team just because they're not playing this motherfucker. So I have to try.
My fantasy football team's getting destroying. I mean, it's rubbish as well.
Same. So yeah, I mean, I did a lot of. Was it Wednesday that day? So on that Wednesday, so I can't finish that. Plug to the people. Just go ahead, crack on. Plug your Twitter. Plug your YouTube channel.
Sorry, I didn't quite catch that.
Is there anything that you want to plug to the people? Plug your Twitter. Plug your YouTube channel before we go. Before we wrap up.
Just go subscribe to my channel, I guess.
Channel.
Sorry, I didn't hear you there.
No, I was saying your channel, just in case they don't know it.
Oh, basically,
Where can they find you?
I've been going for like a month now. I had to delete all my other videos because of the thing that happened with DT, but I kept my most recent video.
Okay, so if there's anything we're going to end up doing is we're going to end up plugging talk just so we can watch this episode. Actually, go to the episode that happened. All you guys who aren't already subscribed to Gooner Talk, go to Gooner Talk, watch that episode because I'm curious to know what happened. Plug your channel. Twitter. So I'm going to carry on anyway. So I'm joining. Chig, you know where to find me already. Follow me at Colossal Chig. Look, you can see the thing. You can see my little red Twitter, YouTube tag here at Colossal Chig. I'm tired of spelling it out for you guys. Follow me on Twitter. Also, here, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Do you have anything further to add?
Yeah, I think it was a good show. I might come on it another time.
Yeah, no worries.
Go subscribe to both of our channels.
Heard it from the man himself. All right, people, we're out of here. Okay, peace.